And yet, despite thousands of videos, forum entries, and Tumblr posts, whoa!
The worst part about this is these are my people, bro. And today, we got some more of it. We got FNAF Mystery Solved Part 1. And a lot of you, I want to address two things before we get into this video. A lot of you are saying I should skip some of the reacts because they're not accurate. I'm personally going to say I'm not going to do that because I have no problem with going through the journey with MatPat. Look, this video is 10 years old. Of course, it's not going to be updated with the most current of lore. But I think that's what makes this fun, is that we get to go through the entire journey. Because, like, bro, the reactions aren't going anywhere. I post 4 a day. I don't mind reacting to 100 videos. I really don't. Like, I think I post more than 100 reactions in a month. 4 times 31. Yeah, I post about 124 reactions a month. I don't care if 100 of those are game theory. So I'm gonna watch them in order. And another thing I was gonna say is when I ask questions, don't spoil it in the comments because I still, if I ask a question, it's more rhetorical. It's more me trying to get my bearings. Because I know some of you guys have watched all these freaking videos. You know what I'm saying? But let's get straight into it. Talk to me. Why is this quiet? Oh, MatPat, are you barefoot in this room, bro? I swear to God, if you jump scare me, bro. What's good, Evie? You know what? I got you. I got you. I paused the video. I'm 24, bro. I'm 24. Sit down. Technically, I was sitting. I'll sit down. I'll sit down. You're right. You're right. You're right. My bad. My bad.
It's time.
The old intro! I swear to God, that hole will never not hit. I'm sorry.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory.
Y'all don't understand. That was the theme song. That was the theme song of my childhood, bro. I swear to God, I was on a freaking Kindle Fire watching these.
Good things, or at least FNAF things, come to those who wait. And man, when it comes to this game series, no one was waiting for anything. I mean, the second game came out 3 months after the first.
Oh, really? Oh, he was pumping them hoes out. I didn't know that. When did he? Wait. Off-topic question. When did he stop playing his intro? I completely forgot about that. But I was watching these on my Wii. You know what? You know what? I was too, bro. When we dropped the YouTube app, oh my God, you just unlocked a memory, bro. I was watching these shots on my 3D, not 3D. Yes. On my 3DS. Y'all remember when they got YouTube on the 3DS, bro?
Trailer for the third was 2 months later, and like 4 minutes after that, the game was available to download. So forgive me if I was caught with my pants down on that one. I just wasn't prepared for it. But even more impressive than that abbreviated timeline was your ability to rip that final game apart. Hours after the release of the game, people were discussing good versus bad endings. 8-bit.
How do you beat Five Nights at Freddy's with 100% completion in 5 hours, bro? God dang. At that point, actually apply for a job. At that point, actually become a security guard. You're amazing. You're great at it. If you could beat the game in 5 hours, go to a Chuck E. Cheese today. We need more security guards like you. God dang.
Atari cake, glitching through walls and punching a flipping code into cement bricks arranged.
Like, who thinks of that?
Like a telephone dial pad. In regards to that last one, I have 2 things to say. First off, well done to you guys for figuring it out so quickly. And secondly, Scott, seriously, Seriously, Scott? Oh, look, here's a wall. Let me just dial in my phone number. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. What? When did we jump from a point-and-click horror game to
I would have absolutely never came up with that. I would have never thought of that.
magical fantasy? This thing is like platform 9 3/4. I expect Harry effing Potter to apparate into Pirate's Cove or something. Jeez, here I was thinking that you'd plug your numbers into, the one other place that you see numbers in this game, the bonus jump scare menu, or something, anything. But nope, dialing it into a wall
That's so
makes
petty.
so much more sense. Okay. Sorry, just needed to get that one off my chest. Moving
Okay,
on.
talk to me.
Now, with 15 days at Freddy's under our belts and a few overtime hours clocked in for good measure, we have ourselves a completed video game trilogy, with the third game giving us more
Oh, wow. 3 videos in, we're already... That is terrifying. I did not want to pause there. That's scary.
jump scares,
I didn't think it was going to jump. I thought that was a... Bro, I don't like when things jump at me, bro. I don't. I'm going to flinch every time. If y'all have noticed, I stopped screaming. It's just a reaction. It's just...
more fun.
Why are you so scary? Bro, I'm not desensitized to this stuff. Everyone should be scary, bro. If a freaking balloon-wielding demon jumps at my face, the human reaction should be, you should react. Just because you're desensitizing yourself to this stuff doesn't mean I have to as well. I feel like I'm the only normal one.
Phone guy and more fan. But this game also contains the final clues we need to get some closure on this game's deviously vague story. Scotty C certainly didn't make things any easier for us, but at this point I think we finally have enough puzzle pieces scattered across the 3 games to assemble a
is willing to fight a kangaroo, by the way. Look, kangaroos don't have demonic powers. That's just an animal. That's just an animal that I could touch. Completely different scenario. Completely different scenario, bro.
fairly accurate picture of this franchise's lore. Since you guys had a, let's just say, above average interest in this theory, I wanted to create something that answered as many questions as possible about this franchise. But beyond just the details, the question we all want an answer to is, what exactly happened in the story throughout this series? It's a pretty fundamental question to not have an
We have yet to talk about a timeline.
Answer to, and yet, despite thousands of videos, forum entries, and Tumblr posts, whoa!
The worst part about this is these are my people, bro. As an artist, like digital artist specifically, these are my peers.
Oh, whoa, hey, put that away. You behave yourself. This game is already scary enough without you sticking your hook somewhere it doesn't belong, okay? Despite all those things, we still don't have a clear picture on the details. Yes, there's a child killer on the loose, the infamous purple guy, who's been using Fazbear pizzerias as his hunting ground of choice for years.
You just said you'd touch a kangaroo? Not in that way.
But going into the third game, we still weren't sure about who this guy was or even how many victims he'd officially taken. Then there are the animatronics.
He has, 6, right?
Sure, we generally understand that the killer's dead bodies have been stuffed into some of the suits, and that with the help of the puppet, the kids were able to find new life in those robotic
bodies. The puppet was the one that put him in the suits.
But then, what about Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy, who randomly appeared in FNAF 2 only to become prominent figures throughout Part 3? How do they fit in? What about the ghostly Golden Freddy, someone we've been talking about since the first game, and yet we still don't really know anything?
He didn't even jump at you? I wasn't expecting it to be there when he took off the mask.
Thing about him. Well, now that we finally have all the facts, I think it's time we revisit my timeline I presented in the last episode to see what I got right, what I got wrong. Yes, you heard that. Wrong. No shame. I'm a big boy. Mommy, wow, I'm a big kid now. And finally fill in the missing details to create what I believe to be my definitive Five Nights theory. And
mind you, the funniest thing about this video and what I love about this series is that he's saying this is definitive timeline. This video is 10 years old. So I know some of this is gonna be wrong. And that's amazing to me.
Boy, howdy, it is
Like, bro, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey, gang.
a doozy. So strap in, theorists. You
Talk to me.
wanted it, you're about to get it. Overall,
For
the
sure.
timeline of the franchise I presented in the last video still holds strong. Decades before the name became a horror legend meriting its own theme park style attraction, Freddy Fazbear got his start at Fredbear Family Diner. It's here where our story begins as Purple Guy takes his first victim.
Okay.
Something we see in the Take Cake minigame from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. What
Right.
tells us that this is Fredbear's and first in the timeline? Well, as I said last time, in addition to it being a small space, the only character we see is Freddy, whereas all other minigames feature multiple animatronics. He's also holding a cupcake. Since that would later become Chica's signature item, the event depicted in this game must have come before she was created. Additionally, notice that the Purple Guy's murder takes place outside the building. This is the only time we see him murder someone outside the walls of a Fazbear building, which implies that this is likely his first victim. Serial killers often have what's known as a signature, a way of killing that's unique to him and him alone.
His has to be him wearing the golden Freddy suit.
For Purple Guy, his signature is dressing in an
Don't let me, I'm already a Minecraftologist. Don't let me become a FNAFologist too, bro. Don't let me cook.
animatronic costume, then luring children to
Hello, protein sniffer.
the back of the pizzeria and killing them there. But this murder occurs before he developed this particular style, implying that it's the first. From there, we know that the puppet jump scare that always follows
I didn't jump. I didn't jump at that. I'm becoming a FNAFologist and I'm becoming impervious to jump scares. Okay, wait. Today might be a good day.
This minigame, combined with the tier design on both the dead child and the puppet's mask, implies that the soul of the first child now exists in the puppet. The event caused the original owners to sell the Fredbear name, who then rebranded and avoided the negative PR, becoming what we know today as Fazbear Entertainment. They then opened a new chain of restaurants, which we never saw in the games, until the release of Five Nights 3. This is not Fredbear Diner like many interpret, but rather the first location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, predating the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. How do we know? Well, by paying close attention to the old recordings of Phone Guy dug up in FNAF 3, he introduces us to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, not Diner, before explaining the functionality of the special spring-lock suits.
Welcome to your new career as a performer/entertainer for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Right now we have two specially designed suits that double as both animatronic and suit.
He also lets us know that the animatronics are still allowed to walk around freely during the day, meaning that this is happening before the bite of 87, in which an animatronic bites someone during business hours.
I still don't know what the bite of 87 is. I'm assuming it's a bite in 1987, obviously. But like, I'm still not locked in there yet either.
Moving their frontal lobe and resulting in the animatronics being restricted to moving around only at night.
Of operation, the animatronic.
Oh, that's why they only move around at night, because they don't move. Okay.
Set to turn and walk towards sound to eat.
As Phone Guy informs us, and as we see in the Stage 01 minigame, there are two specialty suits, a Golden Bonnie suit and the origins of the infamous Golden Freddy. But the lifespan of these spring-lock suits is actually
oh, that's Golden Freddy right there?
short-lived as we learn about their one fatal flaw.
After learning of an unfortunate incident at the sister location involving multiple and simultaneous spring-lock failures, the company has deemed the suits temporarily unfit for employees. The classic suits are being retired to an appropriate location.
Now, let's pause here. Two employees are killed.
Yoyo, you could be the world's most mid detective. I feel like I'm retaining the information well right now. What? Oh, wrong button.
By the failure of a Bonnie suit and a Freddy suit. Where else in the game do we see Bonnie and Freddy sharing a unique feature that no one else in the game possesses? Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie. Could this be the origin of the paranormal?
I didn't even know these existed.
Normal shadow suits. Yes, actually.
Oh, okay. Those are the suits that were in that game he was just showing.
Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie are tied to the ghost.
What's good, King Kai?
The employees who died in the spring suits.
Oh, wait, so both of these suits have bodies in them.
The employees' bodies were taken out of the suits, which is why their appearance is more paranormal and why they can't possess them as well as the children can.
Because their bodies aren't, the children's bodies are still actively in the other suits though.
Plus, having this as their origin would explain the in-game behavior of both suits. In FNAF 3, we see that purple guy hides in a secret safe room that has been built into every pizzeria. A room that's hidden to customers and invisible to the animatronics programming. During the minigames that occur between nights, we see Shadow Freddy lead the other animatronics to this secret room, only to cause them to glitch out and then get torn apart by purple guy. This supernatural origin story is how Shadow Freddy is able to enter the safe room when other animatronics can't. How he's able to lead you to that room in the first place when other animatronics wouldn't be able to see it based on their programming, and even why he leads you there, knowing that purple guy attacking you will eventually free your soul. That's also why there's no purple Freddy suit when you do finally enter that room. It's not an alternate purple guy costume like many believe, it's an apparition. Suck on that, Harry Potter, I knew someone would apparate eventually. It also explains why Shadow...
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm following this. Am I watching these in the right order? What?
Bonnie's minigame in FNAF 3 always starts on stage
We're trying to solve who Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie are.
01.
You never follow, and yet somehow your mind is always blown at the end. I don't like you calling me predictable like that.
Spring suits, and why it's the one animatronic we control that has the ghostly ability to glitch, fly, and teleport. As we concluded last episode, this is also the
Oh, okay. He's proving that they're employees.
Point in the timeline of the first missing children's incident, the one we learn about via newspaper clippings in Five Nights 1. So, based on the newspaper clipping evidence we have, we know that the mauve murderer dressed in one of the suits
That's phone guy.
lured children to a
Oh, I thought he was saying who he was.
back room and killed them. He's starting to develop his signature, but one nagging detail FNAF theorists have been wondering is what suit does he use for his disguise?
The Golden Bonnie.
The answer? Golden Bonnie. Why? Well, remember the phone guy saying the faulty suits were being retired to an appropriate location. There's a high likelihood they're being stored in one of the safe rooms in the restaurants. Plus, we hear in FNAF 2 that the purple guy has a habit of using a yellow suit.
We had a spare in the back.
A yellow
Yellow
one.
one.
Yep.
Someone used it.
But why not Golden Freddy? Phone guy tells us so at the
I didn't jump at that jump scare either.
beginning of Night 5 in FNAF 3.
Management has also been made aware that the Spring Bonnie animatronic has been noticeably moved.
My, what an oddly specific detail to include.
Oh, is this the suit in question? This is luring children? This couldn't even lure me. This couldn't even lure me. The only thing that this is getting from me is an hey yo. Listen here. Listen here. When I run at a golden body, these curses don't count. The bodies drop. I'll really take him, pin him on a wall till he'll look like a clock. When I get active with these niggas, I'll make dreadheads jump. That's really spring locks. That's really spring locks. Cause niggas know that I slide. This Bonnie be hanging with Freddy, but my Bonnie be hanging with Clyde. Cause we shoot nigga. Oh my God. You not messing with me. You not messing. That could probably kill kids, but he can't battle rap. He can't. That's spring locks. I make dreadhead jumps. That's really spring lock. Come on, bro. 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 10 out of 10. I appreciate you, man. It's too easy. It's actually genuinely too easy. It's actually genuinely too easy, bro.
Bonnie animatronics.
Let Mango out of your closet. And I'll throw like a freaking Modelo in there or something.
Has been noticeably moved.
My, what an oddly specific detail to include, Scott Cawthon. And remember, these tapes that play in FNAF 3 date all the way back to the first pizzeria location, which is why this detail is so important. It reflects Purple Guy starting to develop his signature killing
And his signature killing is wearing the golden suit.
pattern. From there, we know the rest of the story. Purple Guy kills the kids, stuffs the bodies into the suits to
Wait, I thought the puppet is stuffing the bodies into the suits.
hide them, but as we read the paper,
Or is he stuffing the bodies into the suits and the puppet is just bringing them to life? That's FNAF 1. Oh no, I'm confused, bro.
is caught on camera and arrested. Meanwhile, the puppet gives life to the children, and the angry
Oh no. Yeah. He kills the kids, puts them in the suits, and then the puppet brings them to life. No.
Spirits possess the robots. Or is that really how it goes? Let's go back to the give gifts, give life minigame. The
Maybe I'm wrong.
children are lying there, and the puppet first tries to give them presents.
No, the puppet. Yeah, the puppet is the one putting them in the suits.
Weird, right? Weird until you consider that his place is at the prize corner. Giving presents is the only thing he knows that can make children happy. It's a reflex. Remember, this is still a child spirit in this puppet, but when that doesn't work, the puppet goes around one more time and does the only other thing it can think of. Put the bodies into the suits. You heard that right. In trying to save the children, he's the one hiding them in the animatronic suits.
Yeah, okay, so I was right.
Not the killer like we've been assuming. But then what about the fifth child, as there's only 4 here?
That's Golden
Well,
Freddy.
as we pointed out last time, the fifth child is there too, appearing at the very end of the minigame and taking the role of Golden Freddy. But remember, Golden Freddy is a decommissioned spring-lock suit at this point, deemed too unsafe to be functional. The reason he's slumped over and can't move like the rest is that his endoskeleton has been taken out. He's in suit mode, not free-roaming mode. He physically doesn't have the mechanisms in place to stand up and move. Possessed or no, a dead child's spirit just can't give a boneless suit the ability to stand. This also explains the lone naked endoskeleton that appears occasionally in both Five Nights 2 and Five Nights 1. An endoskeleton that once belonged to Golden Freddy. Whew. I know I made you wait for this one, so I knew I had to make it count. Heck, if there ain't a lot to cover. Still with me? Good, because we're ready for our next location. You see, since the puppet hid the bodies, no one knows they're in the suits until they start oozing and smelling, which, as we see in the papers, eventually gets the place shut down for health violations. The company tries to recover from, quote, the tragedy that took place there many years ago, but can't, and eventually is forced to shut its doors for good. This leads to the trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Finally, we're actually going to talk about a game in the series. Seriously, can you believe we've been going this whole time on locations that aren't even settings for the 3 main games? That is why this lore is so challenging.
Wait. Because the first one was at Fazbear Diner. I thought what? Wait. No. So this is 1. This is 2, this is 3. Which one is this? Because 2 was before 1. What? So we've never even heard of this one yet? What happened in this one? All right.
Aren't even settings for the 3 main games? That is why this lore is so challenging, but also so interesting. Anyway, forgotten, dismantled, deactivated. These are the words you see at the beginning of the trailer. Back when the debate about whether this game was a sequel or a prequel to the first game, these words made it seem like a follow-up, that everything had been shut down since the first game, but it wasn't. These words are a reference to the business being closed down after that first missing children's incident. That's why posters everywhere in Five Nights 2 are all about the brand new Fazbear Pizza.
Brand new, cause the new one's already in commission because this one is run down.
It's the grand reopening after years of being out of business.
Oh no, never mind.
That's also why the new toy animatronics have built-in facial recognition software to a criminal database.
But they're older. They're older than the other ones.
They need to be careful to prevent another incident. But, as we know, it doesn't work. As we see in the Save Them minigame, 5 more children get killed.
Oh, so so 5 children per location right now.
Killed in this new location. We know it's the new location because the minigame map's layout perfectly matches this new Fazbear business. We also know it couldn't have happened earlier in the timeline, as both the old animatronics and new toy robots are presented in the game. But this time, the puppet's solution isn't saving the kids, it's stopping the killer. He enlists the help of Freddy to try and SAVETHEM, leading the bear to the killer's location. Except Purple Guy came prepared, equipped with not a phone, but rather something to help him tamper with the animatronic.
Oh, so that's not a phone? When did we cover that?
He knows that something fishy is going on with these robots, because he's been watching. He knows
whoops,
that
wrong
something
button.
fishy is going on with these robots, because he's been watching, studying. The puppet wants Freddy to save them, to which the killer's answer is only this: you can't. So how did the purple guy manage it when he had been caught years before? What about the bite of 87? How do FNAF 1 and 3 fit in? And most importantly of all, who is the purple guy? All that next week. Don't worry, I'll come back. I always do. In the
I didn't even jump at that jump scare because I'm so confused.
meantime, it's all just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
That didn't even work. That didn't even work.
Make sure you don't miss part 2 by...
Okay. So in this video, we learned that Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie, which two animatronics that I didn't even know existed, are the ghosts of employees that died. Purple guy or phone guy. There's a killer who wears a golden Bonnie suit when he catches bodies. And there's there's 5 locations. The first one was a diner. I don't know what the fudge the second one is. The third one is FNAF 2 FNAF. The fourth one is FNAF 1 FNAF. And the fifth one is the FNAF 3 FNAF. Bro. No, this is bad. This is actually so hard to follow. What? Yo, he needs to recap or something. All right, we'll just tap into the next one and hopefully we can make sense out of all this, because what? I'm confused. Hold on, let me look at this. Hey, any YouTube viewers, yo, look at this playlist that I got. Five Nights at Freddy's playlist saved. And this, it says in order. Hold on, let me look for another playlist. No, this looks right. This looks right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this looks like it's in order. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and this is part 1, part 2 first half, part 3 second half. Why are these first half and second half? First half, second half. All right, I'm just going. I'll catch y'all on the next one, bro. I'll catch y'all on the next one.